closest in my circle? Who the one who be the snakes? Who gon' fold up under pressure? Who gon' understand the stakes? Who gon' wait to get their food to try to take from off my plate? Who the love? Who gon' understand I'm hurt? Who gon' love me unconditionally and try to make it work? Who gon' party once I'm gone and shed a tear once I'm in dirt? I ain't asking for too much, I'm trying to understand my work.
Welcome to the next episode of Give Me My Crown podcast.
Give Me My Crown podcast.
And we back at you again. My name is Antonio.
My name's Keith.
And we're back at you, like we said, again, with another episode of the Give Me My Crown podcast. We got a lot of updates. You know, it's been a while since we done dropped some content, but we've been so busy.
We've been grinding.
We're just excited. Yeah, we've been grinding. We're just excited to get all this new information. We're just excited to get it out.
Yep. What we talking about today, Tonya? What we going with first?
So first of all, I think we just want to get a little bit about the event we went to.
Okay.
Been about a month ago now. We went down to Atlanta for InvestFest. 20,000 plus people, put on by Rashad and Troy of Earn Your Leisure.
Yes, sir.
And it was definitely some heavy hitters there. Some people that make you look at things completely different.
Yep, change your whole life, man. Being there in that room for 2 days, 3 days, changed everything in my life.
Yeah, and it's weird because like I know we talked about this before. You got that many people with 20,000 plus people in one spot, not one issue, not one problem, no conflict. It seemed like everybody there just all on the same. Everybody's on the same journey, and everybody wants the same outcome. Like it's going down there. You talking to people, they telling you how to make money. You telling them how to make money. It's like nobody's competing.
Exactly, man. Everybody's trying to build their business, their brand, and help you come along too. It ain't just about them. Like they want to see everybody get money together.
Yeah, because it's like when we went to the marketplace. You go to the marketplace on 1 hour, there might be 5 different businesses that are essentially the same business. So you got say it's for instance a credit repair business. You got all 5 credit repair businesses right there by each other. They're all doing the same thing, but they're all separate businesses. Or if it comes to mortgage, real estate, flipping houses, whatever, and it's all different businesses, but they're all there under one common goal. That's like us. We went down there. We met a couple people that podcast and do a couple of other businesses we did. So we go up to them and be like, "Yo, this is what we doing." They be like, "Oh, cool. Okay, cool. Try this."
Yep.
Because
like the shirt you got on. Same guy knew me. Like they was selling apparel. We talked to them and like we love their clothing line. And we saw the podcast. They followed us instantly. Like, hey, we y'all on Instagram? What y'all on? We gonna follow you.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, because we did, like you said, we told them we on Instagram. We gave them our Instagram name. Like, yo, we running a podcast and we building a brand off this podcast. And within minutes, he followed us. And I think this shirt kind of says, I guess you could say it says how I feel after InvestFest. Same guy knew me, and I think it says a lot because even if I was reading their story online, and essentially their story is their upbringing, how they pretty much how when he got older, when he had a different relationship with God and he started building his relationship, got stronger with God as he got older, and he pretty much said like, I'm changing, but God has always been the same. God has always provided me what I need. Now I'm looking at him different from my eyes now, and he's the same he's always been, but now I'm changing. And I feel like, at least for me, that's the same. That's how I feel coming back from InvestFest, because all these opportunities have always there. The stuff is always there. But when you go, like you said, we went down there, we talked to all these different people, and they opened our eyes up. So now, now it's crazy. I'm reading books every day. I'm listening to podcasts, watching YouTube videos, trying to build our brand, trying to build a brand for myself, and just trying to overall become better.
Yep. And that's the key, man. Like life got pitfalls. It's gonna have hard times, but the more we get better and we focus on the business, man, focus on building our brands, like it
Yes.
leaves less room for anything else.
That's true, and
Yeah,
I feel the same way because, like you said, we had a conversation with one of our homeboys. He's like, "Yo, why y'all ain't been on the game as much? Why y'all ain't on the game no more?" And I'm like, when I get home, if I'm not doing something with my kids, like I'm trying to build off one of these businesses I got.
exactly, man. Like we ain't looked at a ton when it came to the podcast, building a brand, even as far as being
Yes.
able to do this, like be remote and still be able to podcast. Like
Yeah.
you gotta put effort with everything. You gotta actually put the work in.
Yeah, because like we talked about, we're trying to expand our brand, so we're trying to bring people in, hopefully on the podcast that we would not normally be able to get because either our schedules are so different and we can't all be in the same place at one time for that 30 to
Exactly.
45-minute time frame, or if they're just far away and they can't get to us, we can't get to them. Doing a remote podcast allow us to have more guests and essentially allows us to when we have audiences, it allows us to bring the audience in, allow the audience to listen to us. And if the audience wants to get on a podcast, we got somebody who has a lot of knowledge. Say, hey, I seen y'all's podcast. I'm trying to get on. This makes it a whole lot easier.
Exactly. And then like I was in Cincinnati all this past week. We can actually do podcasts when I'm traveling for work or if we on
Exactly.
vacation. It's anytime we can do podcasts anytime.
Exactly. So yeah, I think this works out a whole lot better. And y'all still see us doing in-person podcasts when we get
Yes.
together, stuff like that. But this just allows us to put out more content, put out more consistent content because like you said, we're both work full-time jobs. We're both trying to build this brand. And also aside from this, we each have our own businesses that we're
Yep.
trying to run. So when you mix all that together, it's kind of hard to get everybody in the same place at one time. So we're like you said, we're trying to build this thing. So how do I put it? We're trying to build it so we can continuously build it while we still run our everyday lives.
Correct. Yep. So like right now, it's a lot of sacrifice. Sacrificing sleep, sacrificing, buying stupid stuff. And I realize it's a goal in mind. And as long as I got that goal in mind, I can't fail. As long as I keep putting in the work to get there.
That's true. And I did reading all these books, they all have certain things in common. A few of the things they have in common, one of the ones I keep seeing out of every book I keep reading is manifesting.
Yeah,
Um,
man, manifesting is key, bruh.
yes,
Yep.
I don't know what it is. Anytime I'm listening to a podcast or read a book, it's always saying successful people manifest stuff. So I just start writing stuff down. I just start writing my
Yep.
goals down. I think I know it sounds kind of cliche, but I think at the beginning of the year, next year, I'm going to do a vision board. And nothing stopping me from
Me
doing
too.
it
Yep.
now. Right now, I'm still writing all my stuff down. Like if I got goals I want to meet, I'm writing that down, put it on the nightstand beside me. So every morning when I wake up, I'm looking at that.
Yep. And it came to me, man, to give me a big whiteboard, write down all my steps, and as I get through the steps, mark them out. And once I get to the
Okay, yeah,
bottom of the last step, that means that is completed. It's time to go to the next thing.
that makes sense. You know what? That's actually a great idea. I might do something similar. I never thought about that. I might do something similar. I don't know if my wife gonna be mad or not, but she'll deal
It's
with it. I might write it on the mirror. So I'm
it's
looking in the mirror every morning when I wake up.
so I've done that before. Like I had a
Really?
situation in my life, and I use sticky notes. So the whole point was when I complete everything on these sticky notes, I can then see myself again. So the mirror's filled up. You can't see yourself. But every time you complete something, you take a sticky note off. So I'm gonna do that as well. So I won't have a mirror for a while. And I'm actually gonna put the whiteboard behind me in the podcast so people can see me actually marking stuff off.
That's I never thought about that. That's I guess that's a good way to look at stuff. When you start seeing yourself, it's kind of like you're seeing the light. Like, all right, I'm doing this. This is checked off. Now
Yes.
I see this part of myself. This is done. I see this part of myself. It's actually a good that's a great analogy. I like
Yeah.
that.
Because think about it, man, you want to see yourself at your best. So if you can't see yourself at your worst, as you peel off layers, you get into your best self. So
that make perfect sense. That make perfect sense. But
yeah,
yeah, and a lot of the stuff, a lot of stuff we learned from InvestFest or even heard from InvestFest, it's like because we were down there looking at each other like, yo, like they ain't no different than we are. Like they started when we
man.
started. They
Like
doing
it
what
made me
we
start
doing.
crying, man. I almost shed a tear in there when Robert Smith was speaking. I'm like, this
Yes.
dude, engineer. I'm working in engineering now. I'm
Yep.
like, he's saving his company millions of dollars. I'm saving my company money. So I'm like,
Yep.
ain't no difference between this man and us. Now going
Exactly. You look
home,
at people.
hold on though.
Go ahead.
But I always say this: how you go home and tell your spouse I'm quitting? Like
Yeah.
he did it twice. He did it twice.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I'm quitting. That's strong.
Yes. And I mean, like you said, you Robert Smith talked about it. He worked the same kind of job as you do. I look at
Yep.
I look at I look at 95 Millionaire.
Yes, Jamal King.
It's the same way. Jamal King started off in law enforcement, transitioned from law enforcement. One day didn't know he was a millionaire. Still, he used his 9 to 5 to fund his business.
Yep.
Um,
I think I think we both kind of talked about that too. How people like just quit
yeah,
cold turkey, but like my mentality is get a real high salary, and that makes
yeah,
it easier to invest. It takes that extra headache off of being solely unemployed. You know,
yeah,
you're employed because you're an entrepreneur, but you work for yourself. But it's a
yeah. Because
different when you know I got this check coming in once a month, twice a month. Yeah.
Yeah, because when you got that salary, I feel like if you got that salary and you're working on your business, you can afford to take more risk in your
Yes.
business because you got the salary is essentially your backbone.
Correct.
So you got the salary, you're getting money from that salary anyway. And then
Yep.
you say, hey, I want to try this with my business. It's gonna cost a bunch of money. Whereas if you didn't have that salary company, you say, oh, I can't really afford to put this much money towards my business. But if you got that salary company, you say, I can do it. I get another check. I get paid again next week.
Yep.
With a bit
Exactly, man.
with your own business, you don't know when you get paid.
Yep.
'Cause it can come depending on your business, it can come in spurts or whatever. Because even with like we couple businesses we talked about trying the Amazon stuff.
Yep.
With my salary, I can now throw a bunch of money into this Amazon stuff and
Yep.
try some stuff out rather than say, hey, I'm gonna quit my job, I'm gonna go do this full time, and I got money to put into it, but if I lose this money, like I'm done. Like now I can invest this money, I can take risks with this money, I can try new things and say, hey, if this don't work, let me go back to the drawing board. But while I'm at the drawing board, I'm still pulling money in from my salary.
Yep. And I think one thing we both striving for is get passive incomes that can operate
Yes.
for us. What you say
Yes.
all the time? I'm gonna make money while I'm asleep. Like let me be sleeping
Yes.
making money. Yeah. So I
Yes.
mean,
That
and we know how
because I feel like
conversations
that's
go
the
between
ultimate
people.
goal.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's the ultimate goal. Like you said, I wanna when I'm asleep, I wanna like you said, I wanna be making money when I'm asleep. That, like you said, that is the ultimate goal. Because you're always gonna have to do some kind of work
Yeah.
for money, but I want to get to the point where I'm making money while I'm asleep. Like if I'm not doing anything while we podcasting, I got this
Yep.
business over here making money. So I
Exactly.
think that
Yep.
I think that's a goal that I eventually want to get to. And like you said, like we said, not everybody sees stuff the
The
way we
same way.
see it.
Yep.
And that's fine because everybody has different mindsets. But I think we're
Yep.
kind of on the same goal, which is why I think we work so good together because like you said, we're trying to get to that point where like shoot, like you said, like we talked about Jamal King.
Yep.
He went to the bank one day and all of a sudden he's a millionaire. Obviously he's making that money while he's working his regular job.
Correct.
He's in law enforcement and now all of a sudden he finds out he's a millionaire.
And like, man, I've been against like real estate for the longest. Like, I don't want to get
Yes.
into real estate. I don't want to do it. But like now, like I'm going to a tax lien masterclass. You see what I'm saying? Like, I
Yep.
want to really learn it on the way to get in. The test the waters. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I ain't gotta drop 30, 40,000. I can see, okay,
Yep.
this works this way. Let me do it this way. Then when I get ready to, I was like, hey man, look, let's get a real investment property. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Because there's different ways you can invest in real estate.
Yeah.
Because you got buying and flipping, where you buying a house, flipping it, then selling it. You got buying a house where you're renovating it out and then renting it out. You got wholesaling. There's different types of real estate that you can do. And I think when people hear, like when some people hear real estate, they think, all right, I got to drop a bunch of money and I don't know if I'm getting it back. But like you said, there's different ways you can invest in real estate. And that goes with any business, really. There's different ways you can invest in a lot of these businesses out here.
And then, like, I've been talking about day trading for a long time.
Yep.
Like, at this point in my life, it's time to stop talking about it and do it. Now, I like the 10X rule when you've been talking about. I'm going to still have that ready. But if I can make, like somebody said, you make $200 a day trading.
Yes.
That's all you need to do, make $200. That's the goal, $200.
Exactly.
If you make more, that's good. You make less, you got to work on your skills. I'm going to take a master class tomorrow about that. Yeah.
Yes, that's smart, because $200 a day, if you do it 5 days a week, that's $1,000 a week.
Exactly, man. Yep.
And if you can do that, that's $52,000 a year. That's passive. Well, essentially with day trading, I guess day trading is sort of passive depending on how you do it. But I heard day trading does take a lot of work.
Yeah, it does. Excuse me. It takes work to learn the system.
Yes.
But once you learn the system, you look at the market differently. You can say, okay, all right, this right here work.
That's true.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to learn because I know we talked about day trading a while ago, and I told you I was going to look into it too. I'm trying to learn the ins and outs and how to read stock market charts. Yeah. And then also while I'm doing that, trying to learn day trading also. And like another one we always do is cryptocurrency. But as we all know, cryptocurrency is so volatile.
Yep.
Like you could be. You could find one today, you throw $100 in, you could be a millionaire tomorrow, but nobody knows what it's going to do. It's the flip of a coin. Yep.
One day you might wake up and you making $20,000-$40,000. Next day you might wake up and you down, or you might be like us with was it Shiba? When we was like, we ain't paying the high gas fees.
Yes.
But if we had bought at the time, we'd be millions of dollars, So yeah.
Yes. We would essentially be, if we would have invested in SHIB when we first talked about it and didn't worry about the $192 fee, we would be millionaires right now, like legit millionaires.
It was funny because the fee was $192?
$192.
$192, right? And it was only going to net us probably $50, $60 worth of SHIB at the time, but that still would have made us millionaires. Yeah.
Yes, and it was split between. It was going to be split between three of us, and we still decided not to do it.
Exactly, man.
That is a major regret that I have.
Yep. So now it's like, we go in, we're like, man, don't worry about them gas fees. Let's go ahead and buy it. Like we just do it now.
We did one a couple years ago, and it completely tanked.
I mean,
But we didn't want to be in the same situation that she began. Like we said, that even though it tanked, we had money to lose.
Yep.
Like, all right, we're gonna throw this in. If we lose it, so be it.
Yep.
We still got money. That goes back to having a salary. We got the salary coming in. We lose this money. Oh well, money lost. On to the next one.
Yep. Man, I think another key takeaway from InvestFest was humble, man.
Yes.
Humble. Everything he said was a bar. I mean, everything was. He was dropping gems. He was dropping jewels. He was dropping whatever you want to say. But I mean, it was so inspirational.
Yes, because one of the sayings he had was, "You form habits, and then the habits form you." And that hit me in the chest because he was one of the first ones to get up there, and every successful person that was up there, the one thing they say they follow is a habit. And that goes from waking up at a certain time, doing the same thing every single morning, building that habit, and then once you build that habit, the habit then builds you.
Exactly.
Because for instance, that's what me going to the gym. When I first started going to the gym, I wake up at 4:30 Monday through Friday, going to the gym. Yep. And at first, I'm like, man, here we go again. I'm going to the gym. Now it's like, even if I don't feel like waking up and I don't feel like working out that day, I'm like, shoot, I do it every morning, so I got to still do it. Like, I think for me more now, it's not even that I really enjoy the gym as much. It's just it's a habit, and it's something I do every day. So I'm like, all right, let's go.
And then I think for you, you've been getting up at 4:30. Since we got back, I'm a month in every day, Saturday, Sunday, 4:30 in the morning. Whether it's just walking or like
Yeah,
I advise anybody against this. Like the other night, I went to the gym. Some days it's 2 days. We won the game
yeah,
one night. I was like, I'm getting off the game. I went to the gym. I literally squatted until I wasn't squatting the whole lot. I was like 225 on there. I got up under
yeah,
that rack and I just went until my legs was burnt out. Like you got like it's pressing through life through anything and realize
yeah.
what I see in my mind, I can actually create this. Yeah.
Yes,
So I'm
yes.
trying
Because
to
I
get that
think
discipline factor down.
yeah, because what like we said, once you lock that down, once you got the discipline down,
Yep.
it's like everything else falls in place.
Yep.
Because no matter what you're trying to do, once you have that discipline down, it's like all right, boom, 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 boom. It's like everything is laid out, and then
Yep.
it comes almost secondhand. Because it's some days I wake up because I set my alarm for 4:15 every morning. So
Yep.
and I'm out of the bed 4:20, 4:25, and I even made it a habit now. When my alarm goes off, I don't hit the snooze button. I wake up, I read my Bible verse. As soon as I read my Bible verse, all right, I'm up. The Bible, because there was another thing I read a bunch of that a lot of successful people do. Obviously people who believe in that religion,
Yep.
they wake up. The first thing they do, the first screen time they get up of the day is reading a scripture from the Bible. So I started doing that, and that has really, and for whatever reason, it could be like you said, it could be fate, it could be whatever. Whatever I'm reading that day, and I sometimes I randomly pick a verse from the Bible, and whatever I'm reading is like, dang, I literally just went through that. It's like
Yeah.
it's crazy, it's
Yep.
crazy.
And man, manifesting comes through the Bible too, man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's true.
I read scriptures that's gonna boost me instead of
Yeah,
like, sometimes it's good to read random scriptures, but then I'll be like, look, I need to read a scripture about greater is he that's within me. You know what I'm saying? Or
yeah,
put on a new man. I'm reading some about me being great out of the Bible, Or look
yeah.
at Job, how he lost a lot and he gained it back at the end. Like, it's like,
Exactly.
but he realized that God was the main influence in everything at some point. Yeah.
Yeah, and you see, and everybody at InvestFest talked about that. They
They
said,
did.
"Hey, we did this, we got here, but without God, none of this would have been possible."
Exactly, man. Yep.
And everybody, and they weren't afraid to say it.
Yep.
Everybody that got up there was like, "All this is possible because of God."
Exactly, man.
And I think that in itself speaks volumes of, for one, the type of people that was there, because you got the same people who have same belief system as you, and then you
Exactly.
look at it and be like, all right, well they're doing it. They seen it before it happened. They manifested it. They talked to God, prayed about it, and now they're living their dream.
Yep.
And all of them would tell you. Steve Harvey, for one, is a big proponent of. He got on stage. He said, and one of the things he said, "I promise God when I get here, I will give all the credit to him." He said, "I'm up here
Exactly.
doing that now. I'm giving the credit to him."
Yep. I think that's the part, man, is us like realizing that God has to be in the forefront, and then
Yes.
whatever else happens, it's gonna be us having to put the work in. So it's the
Yep.
faith with God and us putting the work in. Yep.
Yeah, because one don't work without the other. Faith don't work
Exactly.
without the work, and the work don't work without the faith. They have
Correct,
to go
man.
hand in hand. Because if you pray about
Yep.
something all day, but you're not putting the work in to get there, then it's
Yeah.
not going to happen. And vice versa. If you work for something all day, but you don't have faith on your side and you're not praying for it, you're still not going to get there. You got to have one don't work without the other.
Exactly. Like it coming from InvestFest, man, I changed some of my eating habits. Like I'm finna
Yep.
go. I've been really thinking about going plant based. Like
Okay.
I'm starting to eat more vegetables based off of. Now, don't get me wrong. Let me back up because I love steak. I do love steak. A good steak is the best thing in the world to me. So it's gonna be a journey becoming plant based. Not like today I'm starting to be plant based. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, shoot, even you thinking about it and working toward, even if you get to the point where it's like, all right, I want to go plant based. I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna do one steak a week. Like say you just do steak on Saturday, that gets you closer to that goal because then you can say, all right, now I'm gonna do a steak once every other week. And you say, and because you get to the point where you say, I don't want to completely give up steak because I like steak. You can say, all right, I'm gonna do one steak every other week or one steak a month, and that's gonna be your I'm gonna say your cheat day, but eating steak isn't really cheating because it's not like it's severely unhealthy.
And maybe steak becomes a celebration meal. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we
That's
love
true.
all our steaks don't be cheap. All of them don't be cheap. So when
No, not
we have
cheap.
that's true. When we complete a goal, it's like, yo, let's go get a good steak. Well, for me,
Yeah, because I'm the same way because I do steak, but I don't do more. I try not to do more than one steak a week.
Yeah.
Like you said, that can start being the celebration thing. Because shoot, like you said, our steaks don't be cheap. We'll see a $70 steak, and be like, shoot, that's good. Like that. Like these prices ain't bad.
Yep. And I said I'm gonna kind of do the same thing with alcohol too, because a lot of liquors have a lot of sugar in it. For me, if I'm trying to lose weight, I'm gonna have to let sugar go. So it's like drinking less, So it's a work in progress.
Yeah, and just like everything is a work in progress, and I think as long as we're working towards that point and this goes back to building habits. As long as we're building habits to get to that point, I think it'll then start to form us.
Is there anything from InvestFest that you want to implement going into next year, or are you starting everything right now?
So a lot of the stuff I'm starting right now.
Okay.
Next year, I know one thing I'm doing starting next year is a vision board. I want to do a yearly vision board. Right now, like I said, I'm just writing on a piece of paper, putting it on a nightstand, and it's stuff that I want to work on and goals I want to reach by the end of this year.
Yep.
But I'm gonna do the vision board next year, and I think with the vision board, I'm gonna do a monthly vision. I'm gonna break it down by I'm gonna do short-term goals and long-term goals. And I'm gonna, like you said, I think I'm gonna do kind of like what you said on that vision board. Once I reach a certain goal, I'm crossing it out on the vision board.
Yeah. Like, right now I work in project management. So what I'm gonna do, Tonyo, I'm gonna do the yearly, and then I'm gonna break it down, do the monthly, and then I'm gonna go by month and do it weekly. And then like if I ain't got these tasks done, I gotta start back over. That way I can really dive into it. Use what I'm learning as a corporate skill in my everyday life. So
and like you said, like we said, I think those habits is building back on those habits is what's going to help us get to those new goals.
And then for me, I'm gonna work on my networking skills, man. I'm a very introverted person. I'm actually going to, like, at this work event, man, I was actually talking to people the entire time, building connections. So I'm gonna do the same in the business world. Like, hey, I talk to random people, but go into like, what you do for a living? Just dive into their business mind.
Yeah, I kind of want to do the same thing because like I'm introverted to a certain extent. Like I like talking to people about
you extroverted now.
Huh?
You extroverted now. You're an extrovert.
I'm a people person, but I want to get to like you said, I want to build a solid network of like-minded people.
Yes.
Because I think it works better when you have a network of people, y'all all on the same goal and if it's not the same goal, you have the same goal in mind. Like y'all all, like your goal is to, like say for me and you, our goal is to continue to build our faith with God, make money.
Yep.
And build for our future, build for our family, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And even if sometimes we have different ways to get to that goal, we still have the same goal in mind. So we can talk about it, be like, all right, this is what I'm doing. You say, all right, this is what I'm doing. This is how we getting closer. And we run stuff off each other.
Yep. And then if I figure out something, I tell you, you figure out something, you tell me, because the goal is we both make money at the same time.
Exactly, because I just told you about one, and hopefully, like I said, we're gonna keep that to ourselves right now until we actually make sure it works out.
Hold up, we're gonna keep it to ourselves. Maybe like 3 years down the road, we say what it is, but keep it to ourselves. Yeah,
we gotta make sure it work out first.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
We don't want to, like you said, we try a bunch of different stuff, and some stuff we try works out, some stuff doesn't.
Yep.
But I think that's the part of of financial freedom is continuing to try and see what's going to work to get to that point.
Yeah, I agree, man. And we giving the people a lot right now. I don't even know where we at on time, but we giving them a lot.
We've dropped a lot of information. Just I guess more about our experience we had at InvestFest.
Yeah, like I said, it changed my life, man. It really did. Like, it changed my mindset. And my first 2 days going back to work, it was like, man, I shouldn't be here. I'm thinking about all that money in the room at one time. I'm like, I can't even look at work the same way. My mind shifted.
Yep, and like you said, down there, everybody had the same goal in mind. Everybody like, it's enough money. It's enough money out here for everybody. I don't need to be stingy.
Yep, exactly, man.
But yeah, I think, like you said, I think we just wanted to hop back. We wanted to hop on the podcast, give y'all some information, like you said, about what we learned from InvestFest, and we will definitely be going back next year. And I would advise anybody watching this podcast, I would 100% advise you to go to InvestFest. Tickets were not extremely high. General admission tickets were very reasonably priced. And next year we're probably going to do VIP.
Exactly. Tell them why we're going to do VIP.
Well, for one is so we ain't got to stand in line.
Exactly.
Line was ridiculous. And then another reason is just stuff you get access to with the VIP.
Yes.
And I definitely think it's worth it. I've seen a bunch of people talking about it. A bunch of people say it's definitely worth it. So if you're watching this podcast, hit us up. We'll give you some of the prices that we paid this year for stuff. And next year could change. But normally year to year, they're roughly close to the same price.
Yeah.
So we can tell you kind of what we paid and what we're expecting to pay, next year, and kind of the ins and outs of it.
I would recommend staying close to where they're at, though, because parking was hectic the first day.
Yes, definitely staying close because, like you said, parking. We had to park. We had to walk a good little ways, and luckily the parking lot we found, somebody had just pulled out, and it was the last parking spot in that parking lot. But yeah, if you stay close and you can walk, that definitely helps.
Yep.
But yeah, I think that's it for this one. I think, like you said, we wanted to give y'all just an update on InvestFest and what we're doing now to change our lives. Yeah. And I do advise y'all to stay tuned. We hopefully got some. We hopefully, gonna have a lot of surprises.
A lot of surprises, man. We're gonna be going live. We're gonna be doing some extra stuff now. So
yeah,
be prepared.
Yes, a lot of surprise, a lot of guest speakers. Things like that. So stay tuned. And we are finally at the point where we are, like we told y'all, it's more than a podcast. We're building a brand. We're finally at the point where we are ready to release merchandise. So if you want merchandise, if you want t-shirts, hoodies, gym shirts, whatever you want, it's coming out. It's here.
Hats, you name it, we're going to do it.
Yes, we got it. So type in the comments, email us, givememycrownllc@gmail.com. If you got something you want, email us. Size and color. Our 2 colors right now are white and black. We will be releasing just some samples to kind of show you what they look like. But if you want a different color besides white or black, let us know. We can make it happen.
That's right. Merchandise going to be here soon. 2024, you're going to see Give Me My Crown everywhere. Believe me.
Yes. We're trying to, like you said, we're trying to blow up.
So what we got to do? No, you got to do something first. We got to do something first.
As we always tell y'all, before we end every podcast, this is more than a podcast. We handing out crowns.
Hand them out.
Who the realest in my circle? Who the one who be the snakes? Who gon' fold up under pressure? Who gon' understand the stakes? Who gon' wait to get their food to try to take from off my plate? Who the love? Who gon' understand I'm hurt? Who gon'